This Sunday, the 9th of August, 2026, the UK is being torn in half by two completely different weather personalities. I do not mean some vague north-south divide. I am talking about a tangible, measurable split where, in the same country, you could be reaching for Factor 50 sun cream while your friend 150 miles away is shaking sand out of a waterproof jacket. The raw numbers are extraordinary. Leicester is forecast to hit 29 degrees Celsius under sunny intervals, and Lincolnshire will climb to 28 degrees with just broken cloud. Yet come over to the West Country, where the Boardmasters Festival is in full swing in Newquay, and the forecast offers a 30 to 40% risk of showers, with a wind that has swung round to a blustery north-westerly. That is not a small inconvenience. That is the difference between a classic summer day out and a dash for the covered bar. To understand why this is happening, we cannot just look at the temperatures. We have to unpick the forces shaping our skies right now, because today is a perfect demonstration of how position and wind direction can turn an island nation into two distinct climate zones on a single afternoon. If you watched the Met Office forecast from just yesterday, Saturday the 8th, you will remember the headline, Hazy South, Wet and Windy North. That was the foundation stone. Now, on Sunday, the system is evolving. The low pressure that brought robust wind and rain to Scotland and northern England has not vanished, it has simply been shunted eastwards, leaving behind a flabby, showery circulation. Crucially, the wind has shifted direction to a north-westerly. That is a game changer. A north-westerly wind in August draws air from the cooler Atlantic across western counties, which means any moisture it picks up is dumped as cumulus clouds and scattered, hard to pinpoint showers. But look east of the Pennines, the air mass is far more sheltered, picking up continental warmth and allowing those temperatures to rocket. The Lincolnshire forecast of broken clouds at 28 degrees explicitly notes low levels of heat and humidity, which is the signature of that drier, warmer continental air. Meanwhile, the motorcycle weather outlook for this weekend warned that Sunday specifically would see a slackening breeze and increasing cloud, with that variable 30 to 40% shower risk. This is not a case of a fixed front sweeping in, it is subtropical Atlantic moisture colliding with a stubborn ridge of high pressure pushing up from the near continent. The result is a mosaic of microclimates, one field drenched, the next bone dry. Let me go deeper into the causative mechanism, because this will shape your entire day. High pressure is building across the North Sea and into eastern England. High pressure acts like a lid, suppressing rising air. That suppresses cloud formation and leaves us with clear or hazy skies, allowing maximum sunshine. At the same time, the clockwise circulation around that high is dragging air up from the south and southeast, where it has spent days warming over France and the Low Countries. That is why Leicester is achieving 29 degrees, and why a city like London, even though not explicitly highlighted in today's rural-focused headlines, will feel sticky and bright. Now, the West. A weak trough, essentially a ripple of low pressure aloft, is pinned over the Celtic Sea. It has enough spin to generate instability, especially when the northwesterly wind hits the warm land surface. Air rises, condenses, and precipitates. But because the high pressure to the east is strong, this trough cannot march inland. It is anchored. Cornwall and Devon, and indeed the Boardmasters site at Watergate Bay, sit right under this contested zone. You might get a 20-minute sharp shower under a passing cell, then sunshine again. That variability is why the shower risk is expressed as a percentage rather than a definite band of rain. I want you to think of it like this: eastern and central counties are sitting inside an expanding dome of hot, stable air, and the Atlantic is trying to poke holes in the edge of that dome. You are either inside the dome or enduring the drafty rim. If there is one location where that 30 to 40% risk translates into a practical headache, it is the Boardmasters Festival just outside Newquay. The festival started this week, and by Sunday, tens of thousands of music fans are on site. Time Out released the set times and lineup guide only a few days ago, and the buzz is enormous. But the ground conditions matter. The northwesterly wind is not just about rain, it brings a fresh, gusting breeze off the Atlantic. Surf comp titles may love the waves, but anyone navigating the clifftop site with a tent faces a flapping struggle. When a shower cell erupts, it will likely be brief but surprisingly intense, capable of turning dusty paths into slippery trails within minutes. If you are heading to the main stage this afternoon, you need a lightweight raincoat, shoes that handle mud, and perhaps most importantly, keep a close eye on the sky to the west where the darkest cloud will appear first. And here is the deeper implication: festival infrastructure, from power generators to outdoor food stalls, all rely on a certain level of dry weather. Sudden showers can cause delays in stage changeovers. So that 30 to 40% risk is not just about personal discomfort, it could have a knock-on effect on the entire lineup timetable. This is exactly why understanding weather causation matters. You cannot just read a weather app that says the chance of rain, you must interpret what that risk physically implies for your specific location. If you are on the roads today, you are driving through the collision zone of this weather split, and the RAC Driving Guide updated only 2 days ago offers sharp reminders. With the sun breaking through between cloud bursts, you will face intense, low-angle glare, particularly during the late afternoon. That glare can be blinding after a rain shower when the road surface is reflective. The A30 into Cornwall is likely to be heavy with Boardmasters traffic. The M5 down to the southwest will see a mix of holidaymakers and festivalgoers. In eastern routes such as the A1 near Lincolnshire or the M1 towards Leicester, you will have prolonged sunny spells and very warm cars, which raises the risk of driver fatigue. But here is the hidden hazard the RAC guide stresses: the northwesterly wind across open sections of motorway can buffet high-sided vehicles, and a sudden shower dramatically cuts stopping distances. The tarmac oils that have built up over recent dry days will reactivate with the first 10 minutes of rain, creating a slippery glazing before proper wash-off. I want you to slow down in that first wet burst and increase your following distance. Also, think about tire tread depth. A 30% shower risk might feel small, but if you are traveling 200 miles across variable counties, you will almost certainly encounter one heavy cell. The Met Office satellite picture from Friday confirms this patchy, cellular cloud structure. Prepare for both extremes, keep sunglasses and a microfiber wipe for the glare, but also have your wipers in good condition for that sudden downpour. We cannot ignore the health dimension, and the numbers justify a proper UV alert. In Leicester, the forecast high is 29 degrees with sunny intervals. The low level of humidity, while more comfortable, also tricks your senses. You do not feel as sweaty, so you may not notice how rapidly you are losing fluid. Heat stress can creep up on a day like this, especially if you are standing in a festival crowd or watching an outdoor sport. The sun itself, August UV levels across the UK at midday peak around 6 or 7 on the index. That is high. With broken clouds, there is a phenomenon called the broken cloud effect, where the UV rays can be amplified by reflection off cloud edges, leading to higher exposure than a completely clear sky. In Lincolnshire, where the forecast explicitly says low levels of heat and humidity, you might be tempted to skip the sun cream because it feels manageable. Do not skip it. The breeze further masks the heat, but the UV does not care about wind chill. If you are in the north and west under thicker cloud, you are not immune. UV still penetrates overcast, just at a reduced rate. My advice today: apply broad spectrum SPF 30 or higher, reapply after a shower drenches you, and remember that ears, neck, and the backs of hands burn fast when you are driving. Also carry significantly more water than you think you need, because even a few percentage points of dehydration can impair concentration behind the wheel or spoil your afternoon. So what does Sunday set up for the start of next week? The data from the RAC's Longer Range Weather Guide, published just 2 days ago, tells us this: Monday and Tuesday are forecast to be widely dry with plenty of sunshine and warm temperatures, becoming locally hot across England and Wales. This is the payoff. The very high pressure currently anchored east of England will expand its grip across the entire UK. The northwesterly wind will ease. The showery trough over Cornwall will finally get squashed. So Sunday is the transitional day, the pivot point, where the weather wavers between an older, Atlantic influence regime and the emerging continental hot spell. In practice, this means that any inconvenience you face today, a muddy car park, a cancelled outdoor swim because of a temporary downpour, is likely to be a memory by Monday afternoon. If you are on holiday in the southwest and wake up today to a grey morning, do not despair. As the east's warmth expands westward overnight, Monday promises the kind of reliable, wall-to-wall sunshine that defines an August heatwave. This outlook is critical for decision-making. Do not cancel a planned hike or beach trip just because Sunday offers a mixed bag. The pattern is shifting firmly in your favor. Watch the northwest of Scotland, however, where some remnants of cooler air could linger into Monday before finally succumbing to the high pressure. In essence, today is your battle day, Monday is the victory parade. Here is the clear, memorable takeaway for this Sunday, the 9th of August, 2026. The UK is not one story today, it is at least two. For Leicester, Lincolnshire, and much of eastern England, you have won the weather lottery with 28 or 29 degrees, sunny intervals, and light winds. Enjoy it, but protect your skin and drink steadily. For Cornwall, Devon, and the western flanks, you are in the uncertainty zone where a 30 to 40% shower risk is not just a number, it is a call to arms. A packable waterproof layer, a change of socks, and a flexible attitude are non-negotiable, especially at Boardmasters. If you are driving any significant distance today, respect the glare, the patchy wet roads, and the buffeting wind. Remember the wider meteorological driver. This split is caused by a strong high pressure consolidating over the near continent while the last gasp of an Atlantic trough probes at its western edge. That is why the narrative tomorrow will flip completely, the high winds, and we look ahead to 2 days of dry, hot, and settled weather. So my final advice, do not fight the split, just prepare for both sides of it. That way, whether you are watching a band in a sunny interval or sprinting to your car between showers, you stay safe, comfortable, and ahead of the forecast. Thank you, and I will see you in the next update.